So if you're thinking about moving to Palm Beach Gardens, the number one area that people are asking about today, if that's the case, this video is for you. There's so much happening in Palm Beach Gardens. There are existing neighborhoods that have been around for a while, and there are some of the newest and some of the hottest new construction communities in all of South Florida. We're going to cover them all. Stay tuned to the end. One of the nicest master plan communities is what we're going to cover. Then the models are for sale, and some of these, if you want to buy decorated models, now is the time. Let's give you an overall look as to where Palm Beach Gardens is, why it's so nice, why so many people are moving here. This is all Florida. This is a map of Florida. You have Miami. West Palm Beach is the area that everyone that lives in Palm Beach area goes to for nights out and stuff. It's the biggest city in Palm Beach. If we zoom in, which we're going to do right now, just a little bit north and just a little bit, even a little bit west is Palm Beach Gardens. So what's happening today is this. People from all around the country, people from all around the world are moving to Florida because it's favorable environment, economic environment, job opportunities, and all that, and mainly here in the southeastern part of Florida. Now, Miami and Fort Lauderdale, there's nothing new there. There's no new construction, and it's crowded. So Palm Beach is like the epicenter where people are moving to. Today, there's talk about possibly even eliminating property taxes, real estate taxes altogether. If that happens, watch out. There have been times that there have been 1,000 people moving to Florida a day. If something like that happens, that number will multiply significantly. Because we are so far away, Palm Beach is so far away, about an hour or so from Miami, yet close enough, it makes it one of the best areas to live in all of the United States. The infrastructure is really building out here in Palm Beach Gardens. It is not a beach town. It is close to some of the nicest beaches. Let's start there. Maybe one of the nicest beaches in all Palm Beach is here, Juno Beach. Let's check out the beauty of Juno Beach. As we look at some of the neighborhoods in the area in Palm Beach Gardens, this is where you're going to go for the beach. This right here is one of the nicest beaches in Palm Beach. Let's take a look at what it looks like down there. So I just plopped ourselves right near the pier here. This pier, you can literally walk right down this pier. It goes like 900 feet out into the ocean. If you go there in the morning, it is like one of the best places to go fishing. It's like the epicenter for fishing at sunrise here in South Florida. So as we move away from the beach, Juno Beach, and there's also Jupiter Beach, the center of Palm Beach, when you say Palm Beach Gardens and you say downtown, it is sort of this area right here. There's an area called Downtown at the Gardens and one of the nicest malls in all of Florida. Here is the mall here. Now, when we look at places to live, you look at the mall, see what kind of stores are there. Any area that you're considering, I don't care if you live in Alabama, California, Ohio, New Jersey, this holds true. Go to the mall. Do you see Sears or do you see Rolex there? Do you see Brooks Brothers or do you see the Dress Barn? Look at what's there. It tells you where people are spending money. Are they spending money on high ticket items? You want to look at where the high ticket items are being sold. Here in Palm Beach, it's Palm Beach Gardens and Boca Raton. Now I'm going to go to one of the nicest areas that's sort of close to this area. By the way, there's a lot of neighborhoods here. Before I go there, there's a lot of smaller neighborhoods here. If you want us to set up a search, like we've done business here in San Mateo as an example, there's a lot of things. You could walk to the mall. Here's downtown at the Gardens. There's just a ton of stuff to do, restaurants here. This place is going over a little bit of a renovation, which is getting close to being finished. But if you want to get an area near where you can walk to the mall, we can help you. But a master plan community that's getting ready to close out, that's near all this, is Artistry. Let's go take a look at that now. So as we move away from the mall here, and the downtown at the Gardens and everything, they have a lot of great stuff along PGA Boulevard here, including golf. I'll go tell you a little bit more about the golf there. But let's look at artistry, which is right here. Um, there's a one of the things about artistry, it is like in a triangle. You can see this is the development here. It's surrounded by three main roads. You have Route 95, you have the Florida Turnpike, two of the best roads to go north and south, and Hood Road. We'll give you some of the pros and cons when it comes to anything. That's how people know us here living in Palm Beach. By the way, we're going to tell you about a Zoom call later. If you're thinking about moving to this area, you need to reach out to us. Set up a Zoom, set up a phone call with us. We'll get, I've done all this. I know what it's like to relocate from other areas, from another area. We can help you with that. But one of the things I pride myself in is we tell it like it is. We have no bias with the builders. We want to go the pros and cons. When it comes to artistry, the con is with some people is because you have those three roads there. If you're in a particular, in some of the lots might be close to either 95, the Turnpike, or Hood Road, and there's some street noise. So if you are very sensitive to street noise, artistry might not be a community for you. But the homes there, they're beautiful. Let's go have a look. So these are the nicest lots. These ones right here. You can see they're just, I'm zooming way in. They're not built yet. There's like six lots here. The lots themselves went for over half a million, anywhere from $500,000 to $800,000. And it happens to be in an area that, as I'm zooming back out, is in the middle of everything. And so you're not getting as much street noise there. But some of these houses, some of these model homes, and I'm going to walk right down the street here, are just absolutely exquisite. Ah, look at that. It won't even let me bring the little Google guy down there because this neighborhood is so new. But some of the models, you can see there's a lot of pools here. Some of the models here are just, dude, this is a Coulter community. They don't use the new Coulter homes that they do today. They have different models there. These models will never exist. There's a West model there in this community that you'll die for. If you come down this Delacroix Terrace, Delacroix Terrace, there's like all these woods in here. You could get lost in this place. There's hiking trails. This is one of the communities that if you want to be near all the things, Palm Beach Gardens, Palm Beach, PJ Commons, Midtown at the Gardens, this is a great community. But the place where most people are living today, moving to and looking at today, is out west. And I'm going to go sneak a peek at that area right now. Here at Living in Palm Beach, Florida, a lot of the buyers, we do relocations. People from moving from other parts of the country to this area because of the enormous growth, the number of remote jobs that are around here. We see a lot of people asking about this area and specifically Avenir in Palm Beach Gardens, which is Western Palm Beach Gardens. It's 5,000 acres. They're only building on half of it, and it's absolutely gorgeous. And there's a 55 plus community just getting started, like literally just like right now. A lot of the area there is still in the early stages, and with new construction, the best prices come at the beginning. Let's go have a look. So I'm zooming out of artistry. There's a lot of infrastructure coming into this place. As this community grows, the average price here in Palm Beach Gardens, is higher than the rest of Palm Beach. So if you're going west, here is artistry. Over here is Avenir. You're probably about 8 miles from like 95 and the Turnpike over there. But you can see, here's your 5,000 acres, and they're only building on half of it. Now, this map is still a little bit in the early stages, but I want to go through some of these communities one by one because this is where people are moving to. This is where some of the best deals are going on right now. Couple of reasons why this is drawing so many people. Like some of the people that the affluent that have money, they want to be near a small airport where they could, jet set to their, the Hamptons, like Martha's Vineyard, and so forth. They have access to that. There's a community up here called Panther National, which is a membership golf course community, which is goes up to like $20 million. So if you live in these areas, you're next to some people that are incredibly affluent. $5 million is a start. This is some of the course there is beautiful. About 200 homes, and they're selling. I think they've sold and closed on some of them already. 30, I think, is the number where they're at right now. And all this stuff in here is where we're doing a lot of business. Here's Apex, here's Solana Bay, and let me tell you a little about what you can expect about all these places. When they first started, it was just Coral Isles on one side, which is a Kenko community. Kenko's the builder. They're now doing a new community, Orchard Isles. That's going a little bit west. But Coral Isles is one of the first. Now they're still selling 104, 107 homes. They are almost done. There are about 25 homes left, 2 million to 3 million. And that's and they're a little bit more customizable than some of the builders. On the other side of the street was a Toll Brothers all age community. Coral Lodge is all ages. It's called Watermark, and they had one Wingate above it. One of the first when Avenir first opened, you could have got in there comfortably at $800,000. Today, most of those homes are over $1 million. We have resales in there. And while I'm on resales, there's a great way to search all these resales. Let me show you. This website right here is your resource to look up resales and to find out area information. It's livinginpalmbeachfl.com. Once you go here, you can look up well, you can just do a home search right here on this button like that in the middle. But you can also go to the communities. As an example, if you click on the communities tab, and if you want to look at just Avenir, it's here. There's going to be a video about Avenir. Is it affordable? Is the last one? Is one of the last ones? You want to get hooked up with Avenir listing alerts. There you go. It gives you the average days on the market of homes. The median sales price is 1.2, and they're all listed there. You can define your searches here. It's one of the best ways to do it. You can also go to Palm Beach Gardens, the overall city, and do it. So and it gives you an idea as to what's there. This is your best resource for looking for homes in any place in the Palm Beach area. So back to the map, there's a lot of infrastructure going here. There's going to be a big town center here. It's going to be right in here. They're in the process of building out this right here. Let me see if I can walk down there. This right here is where the public's not, they're not letting me do it. This right here, this building right here is going to be where the Publix is. It's just going to be a very golf cart friendly community. These are the communities I was telling you about. Coral Isles is right here. Watermark is right there. If you want to be close to like the town center, that's a great community for that. Some of the nicest stuff where we've done a lot of business are in these two communities. This is Apex is in here. And this right here is not even showing on the map, but this is L'Ambiance, and it's a brand new community this way, and it's a 55 plus community. Here you go. It's called Esprit. I'm going to go to that right now. If you want a 55 plus community, just getting in at the ground floor, on the ground floor, with brand new models, the best pricing's always at the beginning. Now's the time. It's called Esprit. It's going to be Coulter is the builder, about 400-ish homes. And so the best lots are still available now. As the community matures, you don't have as much availability with lots. Pricing, they've already told me, once they start selling houses, they're going to raise prices right away. So now sort of a time to get in there. The people who walk into Coulter Homes, they love it. And the reason why is they look up, the ceilings are high. Every single home is a one-story home with the ability to build a second story. They have models called Pages and Priscillas, and those are like that's one of their more popular. There's Lilas and Leslies, and we know this builder well. They do very well. La Alliance is their all age community in Avenir, and that's only 144 homes. It sort of trends older from our experience with buyers we've taken there, because the homes are a little bit smaller than Apex, which I'm going to get to in a minute. We've probably done more homes in Apex than any of these communities. But the culture is there's a fair amount of customization you could do. Sorry, personalization. Builders hate when you say the word customization, unless they're a custom builder. Personalizations, culture is very good with that. As an example, you can kick out your loggia and your master bedroom 4 feet in all these models, and we've seen people do this. They are selling at La Alliance. They are selling the decorated models. We did a video right there on the decorated models. If there's a Sydney for sale right now and a Page model, I personally went through these models, room by room. If you want to see that, that's a great way. The models themselves are going for 2.4 million and 2.47 million, but they're decorated with furniture that comes with the furniture. In general, for a community like L'Esprit, you can get in there under $1 million. A million is going to get you a lot there. The lot prices have not been released yet. We'll know in about a week. But anyways, there's a lot to do there. Let me go now to like the most popular community that we've seen, and the reason why is the homes are bigger, and that's Apex of Avenir. So I got to say this too. See, this is the Somerset Academy. This literally just opened this school, and they've got a great reputation. There are other Somerset academies around South Florida that are well established and doing really well, and they love the fact that they have this here. Apex is right here. It's in the middle of all this. It's 562 homes. The Feathering Way, see if we can find Feathering Way, is one of his crane crossings. Some of the biggest homes are on this crane crossing. I've sold homes here. I have one for sale right here on this Migrant Point. Feathering Way is right here, which is where that's where some of the first homes were. We've listed a lot of homes there. We've sold a lot of homes here. It's one of these communities where why people go here is because the amenities are going to be killer. Let me tell you about that. There's two clubhouses at Avenir. There's the Eastern Clubhouse and the Western Clubhouse. And the Western Clubhouse is where Apex and La Alliance and some of the other newer communities, WL, I got to talk about them in a minute, is going in. And GL Homes, which is the builder of Apex, they're known for their elaborate lifestyle, delivering world-class amenities, and there's no exception here. There's going to be a restaurant on premises, which is unusual in an all-age community. It's so much so that the other clubhouse is now getting in on that action. They're doing one there too. But in the Western Clubhouse, the one for Apex and for La Alliance, it sits on the Apex property. You can walk from that community. Nail salon, pickleball, card room, you name it, they have it. Lap pools, resort style pool. So there's going to be it's enough to keep you busy, all weekend long. And like I said, like I said, the Western Clubhouse is there. The Eastern Clubhouse is going to be for communities like we mentioned, Watermark and Wingate, Coral Isles. There's a community that we've sold in, is called La Thierry. If you want resales in there, go to that website. By the way, listen, 19 years ago, my family and I relocated to this beautiful part of the world we call sunny South Florida, and we haven't looked back. I say this every week. I know what you guys are going through. I wish that when I was moving here back then, I had someone guiding me where to make sure I knew where I was going. We almost made a mistake. We almost moved to an area that some people love. It's called Boca Raton, but for us, it was more crowded than we would have liked. There happens to be a great community there right now called Lotus Edge that's just opening. It just opened pretty recently. So there is a lot there, but for us that would have been a mistake. 19 years ago, we moved here. Now, if you want to speak to people and ask questions from people who have actually made the move, and you want to know what it's like, well, there's a few ways to get a hold of us. Down below is our email address. That's one great way. Also on the screen, you see our phone number. You can either call or text that number. But literally two of the best ways is in the description in the comment section. There's a link. Click on that link. What that'll do is have some time for us to speak, either through a phone call or through a Zoom, whatever way you feel most comfortable. In any case, we have your back when it comes to relocating here to sunny South Florida. Don't walk into these builders, by the way, on your own. I say this in all my videos. If you walk into these new construction communities on your own without a realtor representing you or a company like ours living in Palm Beach, you're absolutely crazy. And it doesn't cost you anything to utilize our service. The builders pay us, and they're happy to do so. You can even ask them. We've helped many families, and we'd love to help you. So I'm going to zoom out. I'm still in Avenir. I'm going to zoom out just so you know just so you can get by the way, there's this is Coconut Boulevard, this road. They're opening this up to make it so much easier to get to downtown at the garden. So that's in the makings. That's in the makings in this next coming year. That's one of the reasons why people didn't buy this community originally was because it was so hard to get to this eastern stuff. If you had the vision to know that that was gonna change, you did really well. It's still not too late. You still have that. Before that opens up, prices will go up when it does. It always does. We've been doing this a long time. We see it happen time and time again. You want to get in it before they open up and make Avenue access to everything. Let's zoom out and look at some of the areas around Palm Beach Gardens. As I was saying, if you live in this area, you're going to find yourself frequenting downtown West Palm Beach. It's also near the airport, so we're pretty close. If you want to get in and out, if you're a traveler, you travel for business a lot, it's easy to get there. It's not like you're in Port St. Lucie. Port St. Lucie is beautiful and the prices are great, but it's an hour from the airport. But if you're in Gardens, Palm Beach Gardens, you're right there. This is Palm Beach Island, which is sort of like lifestyle of the rich and famous. You ever see the clock tower? Let me show you what that looks like. So I just dropped this pin right in the island. This is what a lot of the island looks like, Palm Beach Island. And then I'm getting a little bit on a tangent, but this is such a cute town. The average price of homes on the island here is about $13 million. It's a lot. I mean, there are places there that are $50 million, and I'll show you some of them right now. Here's the famous Worth Avenue. This is like the Rodeo Drive or the Fifth Avenue of Palm Beach. That's Clock Tower. These shops here are loaded with, look at this guy sleeping over here. They're loaded with Rolex, Gucci, you name it. They have all the high-end stores here. And a lot of this area is very seasonal as we go down Worth Avenue. So this place blows up in terms of literally 3 times the population in the winter time. They do the Christmas tree. I'm going to go there now, right over here, right down the street. And you can see this is a little bit busy here, but it's right down the street here. I'm going to show you some of the mansions too that they have in this place before I go to downtown West Palm Beach, which you got to stick around for that. So this is why people buy on Palm Beach Island. Look how beautiful the ocean is here. All these homes here, and look at some of them are blacked out. They don't want you seeing the house. But these homes are like the $50 million homes. There's just a lot. But this is not what Palm Beach is all about, because I know a lot of you can't afford $50 million. But let me show you the average price here in Palm Beach. And we'll go over some of the prices and some of the things we mentioned before. I know you guys want to know what pricing is like here in Palm Beach, Florida. Here is the prices of homes in Palm Beach County overall. It's very affordable. It's not $13 million we're talking about in the island. It started here around, let's call that 360,000 right before COVID in January of 2020. And it went all the way up to about 350. It went over 650. Today it is not about, it is 613,000. So people say, oh, the market's coming. The market's not falling back. The market was up a lot and it's having a small pullback. It will go higher. People who are waiting, you are crazy. If they go through the legislation and eliminate property taxes in Florida, which they're talking about doing on the ballot next year, this is going to be skyrocketing up. I mean, I'm just telling you, it's a very favorable environment here in the Palm Beach area. Palm Beach Gardens is higher than this. If you're looking at Palm Beach Gardens, I looked it up recently, so it's 613 here now. In Gardens, it's in the 800,000s. In Avenir, we saw it on, I think, on that other stat, it's about 1.2 million. We do a lot of that. But if your budget is a little bit lower, if you want new construction in the 500,000s, we can help you. There is stuff in the surrounding areas to Palm Beach Gardens that is available, and we'd love to help you here at Living in Palm Beach, Florida. And most people who are moving here are looking at new construction. You can also, if you go to that website I was talking about before, go to this new construction tab, and you can click on that, and you can just go into all the new construction. As an example, type in Palm Beach Gardens and just see everything that Palm Beach Gardens has to offer as an example. And it'll give you all the avenues, it'll give the artistries. The Solana Bay, that's a great community. That's getting ready. The deals in Solana Bay are ridiculous. Another 55 plus community here is Regency. We know where all these communities are, and we can help you with the existing homes. These builders are not going to help you with these existing homes. So let us be your guide if you're looking here in Palm Beach. Palm Beach Gardens, paradise here in South Florida.